Alright, so we're just gonna go over your gains versus yummy blah blah. They're really loud. I'm just gonna mute them. They're not actually loud, they're just chatting a lot. Okay, so yummy blah blah, very cheesy player. So just playing safe is good. He's gonna 2-den, we're gonna looks like 1-den. So I don't mind this. I think it's pretty safe. I think it's a good idea. And we go up. We see 1-den, we see no natural. That's still fine. I like that you're going for a 2nd-den after seeing that. Or after seeing something, I guess. I guess this could have been a little bit earlier, but that's okay. We're just gonna see if we can defend. And I think we should be able to with the 2-den versus a 2-den. Did we lose that worker unit? No, we just brought it home. Alright, that's good. We lose one wolf, but that's okay. I honestly think this tower is a little bit unnecessary. I feel like you could have just towered and that would have been fine, or you could have just brought these workers and that would have been fine. Oh, we're supply block. This is a really big supply block actually, on 30 out of 30. So this has been going on for a very long time, it looks like. So we haven't been able to produce continually building wolves. So this is actually probably the biggest mistake that you've made. Yeah, we're just behind on wolves. I guess we're purposely gonna try to do that. Okay, so once we're supply blocked and we had something like 275, it might have been better instead of trying to catch up on the supply block, just to go for a quick castle, and then do something that doesn't require like a supply. You know, maybe you go for a fortress early. Maybe you go for, I don't know, a werewolf den or something like that. But yeah, this supply block was really unfortunate. Ideally, you don't get supply block, and this house is like 30 seconds earlier. Not 30 seconds, but you know, way earlier. But at the same time, I think once you have been supply blocked and it's been this late and you're banking up so much gold, maybe it's better to take a castle immediately. Maybe it's better to go for a fortress, go for a hidden werewolf den in your main or something like that. Yeah, that's just a little unfortunate, but so far, pretty good defense. I like it. I would like to see these wolves stay in the wall over here so that they can't go in. Good. And just hold them. Yeah, just make them stay here. You can hold position. I like that we're getting a castle, but we could have gotten a castle first, I think, instead of going for this house. Right. So right now we're gonna be behind in wolves a lot, and you can also cancel. You could have canceled this wolf to go for this castle a little bit earlier, because it was gonna be. You couldn't build anything out of it at the same time. I like that we're trying to go scout. He is gonna see that. So I like that you're going for a 2nd scout. I love this. Maybe even a 3rd one straight through the middle. But yeah, eventually we're gonna get by. Excellent, love it. And we want to see, is he transitioning? Does he have something like a fortress? That's great. I love that you were able to sneak one by. Yep, can confirm the natural base. Confirm there's nothing here. And now we know we're probably a little bit ahead. I like that we're going for a fortress as well. We're queued up a little bit too many workers right now here. That is definitely a mistake. Yeah, while you're building something, you don't want to be building other stuff. So that's a mistake. I would have not done that, but that's okay. We lose the wolf, but that's also okay. And then yeah, so instead of this money being spent on this, we have like 400 gold right now. We could have gotten for more dens. We could have gone for some more wolves. So this, yeah, you notice it and you cancel it, which is great, but yeah, we're floating about 600. I guess it looks like we're probably going to go for 3 Dragon's Layers immediately after seeing it. But it was scattered with the bird. I like that you changed the location of your Dragon's Lair after seeing this bird come back. I think that was on purpose. That was great. But it's not a huge issue because the bird's just going to stay here for the longest time. It's not going to die unless it flies straight over the watchtower. So far, actually looking pretty good. We defended the cheese well. We're in a pretty good position. Yes, our Dragon's Lair got scouted, but you know, this still has potential to do some damage. Ooh, that's a mistake, but it happens. A little bit of nerves, that sort of thing, it can happen. So one thing you want to note is that when you do something like this many dragons layers, your opponent can really just, if they scout it, which he did in this case, your opponent can go really quickly into double advanced workshop and be ahead from here. Yami decides to go for 2 dragons layer and then also a advanced workshop of his own. So that means he's probably gonna win the fight if it's a straight up fight. But obviously we don't know that quite yet. Yami is scouting around, so that is good. I like that we did send that first wolf in to scout. I would also like to see maybe another wolf being sent just for the scouting information. And, you know, some additional wolves. Right now we're still being... I guess we have a lot of money in the bank at the moment, so that is not ideal for sure. We could be, I think, spending our money a little bit quicker. Yes, we're saving up for the dragons, but even so, we have 400. So maybe if we were able to maybe do something like, hey, let's pretend to run our wolves this way, and then we can take a base here or base here while we distract their wolves with our wolves. Or we could have done something like, you know, go for upgrades, go for a few more wolves and some houses. Looks like we are going to go for a base here, but this is a little bit later than we would have liked, I think. And then with these dragons, we need to be going on the other side of the map. We haven't done some scouting in some while. We could be doing it with the wolves initially, but once we have these dragons out, we want to be going across the map, seeing what's up. What is he doing? I like that we're double expanded because we had a lot of money, but ideally it would have been just a better way. We're coming back for the bird. I think it's actually more important to just go across the map and see what's up. We haven't done scouting in a long time. If he shows up, you know, we don't know what he's doing, so going across the map would have been a little bit a better choice in my opinion. Now we're going to go across the map, but he is going to be ready. So these 3 dragons had an opportunity to do some damage. Maybe in the main, you know, get a worker or 2, or maybe over here, you know, force a little bit of damage. But because we were a little bit passive with our dragons, we came back to kill the bird. These dragons haven't been doing anything. So, and right now they're just not doing anything right now as well. So right now we haven't seen anything on their side of the map except for this scouting wolf, which is great. I like that we see that there's no third, but you know, he could have taken this third, so a wolf here would have been nice. But we also don't know what sort of follow-up, right? We don't know if they're going for more wolves, or we don't know if they're going for dragons, which he is. So I think these dragons could have went across the map a little bit earlier, and that would have been a better use of them instead of just kind of chilling at home. We are supply blocked again, so that's a little unfortunate, but we do have 2 castles coming up on the way, so this house isn't exactly 100% needed. I guess we already had another house as well, so. And then, good worker transfer, nice. And just continually building, we're a little bit forgetting our production right now, I guess. I want to continue building these dragons for sure. And yeah, like I said, these dragons, if they were on the other side of the map, we'd be a little bit more happy. We'd be a little bit more in a better spot. That being said, I still think we're in a pretty good spot. Other than the fact that we haven't scouted in a while, we are up to 4 bases comfortably. He hasn't done any pressure on us at the same time. And we're up in workers. The only thing is that if we do fight in a straight up fight with Ballista, then Yami is going to win. So essentially what we want to be doing is we want to be trying to dictate where our fights are. So like if Yami comes across the map right now, and he starts to destroy some of our buildings set in our units, then we're kind of forced to fight there, right? And if we're forced to fight there and we play against fight dragons versus dragons and Ballista, we're not going to be winning that fight very well. An example would have been, I remember when we played against Guy in the chat on, I think it was Ice Cold. Later in the stages in the game, we were fighting with dragons and Ballista versus his dragons, so we were winning those fights, right? So similarly, that would have been something that could have happened, and it does happen later on in the game where he just comes across and we have to fight to defend our base, but we're not in a good position because we have to fight against Ballistas and dragons. So I guess the lesson here is we want to be more active with the dragons to see what's going up, what's happening. Right now he's just getting his 3rd base. We have so much more economy, right? So if we had been, hey, you know, let's harass him, make sure he stays at his side of the map, you know, be very passive, then we would have had a much better situation because we have 4 bases and he doesn't, and we just have more units from there. Yeah, that's essentially what I'm. Just activity on the map. So now Yummy is gonna go across the map trying to kill us. It looks like. I like that we're scouting for this base. I don't know if we've seen this base yet, but I guess we can assume that he took that base because our wolf there died. He's gonna come in, so we have no wolves, which means these wolves are gonna do a lot of damage on the ground. But looks like we have the same number of dragons, but he also has ballista. So this is gonna be a pretty bad fight for us, probably. We do have a tower, but one tower doesn't make up too much, in my opinion. So yeah. So this is a little bit unfortunate. I like that you pulled your workers over here and you're, looks like, are you repairing? Yeah, it looks like we're repairing, so that is great. We have bring some of the wolves over from this side of the map. And the fight goes actually surprisingly well, all things considering. I think you had excellent micro over here, focusing down the dragons one by one. So honestly, I think we should have lost that fight, but we won the fight. So this is amazing. Okay, we're in an absolute good position right now. We're ahead of base, even though I guess we can assume it. We're not 100% sure because we haven't seen this third base, but we know we're ahead, probably. And we've seen what his hand. We've defended his push. We've seen his hand. So what we do here is, now that we know he has ballista, maybe this is a time where we're like, hey, you're gonna be worried about a whole bunch of these dragons a lot more. Maybe we tech switch into like add a whole bunch of dens, go for wolf snake, go for some werewolf, something like that. That we could surprise him. Maybe. I think that's just a potential idea, you know. But that was an excellent hold. You've pulled your workers to repair just in time, and then you target fired down his dragons with your dragons. That was an excellent fight. Well done. Honestly, that was like one of the best fights I've seen you take. We should have lost that fight, but we won it, so that is insane. But once again, we are a little bit passive, right? After we win a fight convincingly like that, my first instinct is, hey, we gotta go across the map. We gotta, you know, push our advantage. You're playing a little bit too passive. I guess you're worried about what I said last week about when you played against Iron Chat, and I was talking about how if you start to lose the Dragon Wars and you start to retreat, it gets really bad. But at the same time, when he was starting to retreat, we could have kind of chased him when he had less dragons. So we're going for 2 more Dragon's Lairs, which is not bad, I think. I would have preferred maybe going into, like, transitioning into maybe these advanced workshops first, or going into some sort of more ground army. But yeah, he's coming again. This time looks like the fight isn't quite as good. These ballista are putting in a lot of work here, and we don't have anything on the ground to deal with these wolves, so we are still winning the fight, which is great. Kind of winning the fight. Good target fire once again. Excellent. So that's a pretty good hold too. But the one thing I'm worried about is we're putting all our eggs into this dragon basket, and if our dragons do get overwhelmed, then especially against these ballista, it's gonna be really tough. Good stop position, hold position here. But we're diving on the ballista, and unfortunately we're not getting them. And now we're a little bit too far behind, I think. Yeah, so that's really unfortunate. I think we were in an excellent position. I think just not continuing to be aggressive with our dragons when we had the advantage was the biggest thing. And also, I guess our scouting could have been a little bit better. But the fights themselves, I think, were really excellent. One other thing is maybe we could have transitioned into something else other than more dragons. Maybe, because we knew he was going for ballista, and ballista are really good against dragons. Maybe if we went for a whole bunch of more wolves. Looks like you're going for a werewolf's den now, but that's a little bit too late, I think. But we were in an excellent position. Unfortunately, we just weren't able to convert, I think. So really good hold in the early game, other than being supply blocked. And then I think we just were in a good position, but couldn't quite take it home. Yeah. And at this point, he just has a really commanding army that we can't really fight into. And we really want to save this, but we can't really at the same time. And he's going to catch up in bases as well. Here's a fight with all our units, which this ballista isn't quite fighting, so that's unfortunate. And yeah, at this point, we're behind on dragons. We're behind in pretty much every single way right now, unfortunately. Yeah, but this was really close. I think you played that really well. Especially your fights. Your fights were really good. I like that we're going for a different base over here. And I also like that we're going for a counterattack now that we recognize we can't really beat this. I feel like this sort of thing, we should have been able to do that a little bit earlier than we would have had. You know, look at him. He has to, after killing this base, instead of coming into our base, he has to come back and defend. Yeah, unfortunately we do get caught. That's okay though. Well, this is also unfortunate. I guess I should have mentioned this, but this is just unfortunate SimCity where we get units trapped. Yeah, I guess we could have put them maybe over here or something so that won't be trapped. Yeah, unfortunate. And GG. Good try though. I think we were definitely you know, poised to win, but unfortunately we just let it slip away. Game 2. Acadia. So you said that you chose to go for a castle first on this map. I actually think it's not a bad idea, just to go for, you know, the double mind games and go for a castle first, even when we expect him to cheese. But unfortunately, it doesn't quite work out, I think. Castle, then. Alright, so what's our response? So our response is, looks like we're canceling... we pulled workers, which is great. And then we canceled this, which means you're probably thinking to get a tower, right? If I'm not mistaken. Oh, we could have trapped that. Oh, we totally could have trapped that there, I think. Once it has no flashes, it's just really good for us. And I think we could have killed that and trapped it. A little bit unfortunate here. And then a wolf. I would have gone for a wolf rather than a worker here, just for the defense. It's a little bit more better. Here, yeah, basically we give that up until we have enough units. And then maybe fight with the workers as well. So now basically this side is secured, pretty much. I like that we're going for a second one, or a second den. And eventually we want to come back and defend our castle. But not right now, I think. And then we want to fight with some of our healthy workers and go in. One thing to note is that this raider will either try to, you know, snipe some workers, do a little bit of damage on this side, or it will try to flash over here and try to go into your main to join up with the other raiders. Also, I guess a potential is that they can use this ledge over here. If he brings the raiders over here, then he can flash up into the main with the raiders as well. So that is something. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Looks like he's just gonna, yeah, poke at the ends over here. Yep, and then we're gonna pull a whole bunch of units because our castle's getting low. And yep. Maybe even repair our castle. Actually, probably not even needed. I wouldn't have minded here. Right now we do need a house, but I wouldn't have minded going for a third den off of 2 bases here. Just to be extra safe. Pull your workers, yep. And just defend. Yeah, not bad. It's really tough to play wolves versus raiders, good select, like right-clicking onto your mine to get the surround. Yep, excellent. That's exactly what I love to see. Unfortunately, we don't get that one. We really should have got that one. A little bit unfortunate there, but it happens. And then yeah, third den, exactly what I want. And then here, before you fight, you want to pull your weak wolves back, which you did. Nice. Get us around and fight. Nice. I think that's a good fight. Force him out of there. Once he loses the top vision here, then you're good. Excellent. And then house right over here just to block that part. Excellent. We're playing it pretty well. We were in a really bad situation just because of the build order, but so far so good. We're defending it extremely well. It's just basically a bad build order, but given the build order, we're playing this really well, I think. What have we lost so far? Yeah, 4. Yeah, this is actually really good. 4 wolves and 2 workers just after playing castle first against the raiders, proxy raiders. I think this is excellent. We essentially at this point we're gonna be looking to do a big 2 base push. That hopefully, like, you know, does a little bit of damage to their third, gets rid of all the raiders, and gets map control back. And while that's going on, we're gonna try to take a 3rd base. That's our game plan at least. And I like that we're going into snakes as well. We're a little supply blocked, but that happens. Let's just, yeah, stay a little bit passive. That's a few too many raiders. I think we should have just been a little bit more passive there. This bird comes in. Oh, I think that was for this thing. Scout. Maybe we can just kill that bird with these snakes. Yep. Nice. Alright, and then now we're going to try to probably look to start moving across the map in the near future. Right now it's a little bit too good. That's unfortunate. So ideally what you want to do is you want to keep your wolves in front so they can tank for your snakes, so they don't get picked off quite like that. Another house on the way, which is great. And then here, you just take your wolves, bring them to the front, take your snakes, bring them to the back, make sure that they're just a little, like, nothing's going on right now, right? So that sort of thing you can definitely do just to optimize your fights if they do happen. That's unfortunate, but that happens, that's okay. I feel like right now, yeah, we can just go across the map. We just have a lot of units. We have way more than him at the moment. So yeah, just A click, literally, A move. Yeah, that's great. And I want to take a 3rd at the same time. Yep, I think that's what we're trying to do here. I like that we're pushing across the map, and then after seeing these archers, it's good that we brought it back. Now that we've been kind of pushed back, I want to check to see, hey, does he have a 3rd base? Does he have a 4th base? And also I want to see, where is that proxy Rax? Try to scatter around for it and take that down. That is, a little bit of production that he has that we can just take down for free. So that destroying that would be really nice as well. So a unit goes here, a unit goes here, just to see if they have a 3rd base, if they don't, that sort of thing. We're playing from behind, which is unfortunate, but so far we're playing pretty well from behind. Free archer, don't mind if we do. Nice. And I would like, yeah, like I said, I would like to do a little bit of scatter. Ooh, that's unfortunate. We're taking a lot of free damage there. And then it looks like we're kind of forced to take a fight. That's not the worst fight. But it definitely could have been better. Imagine that fight, except we attacked at the beginning instead of taking a whole bunch of damage for free. We might not have. I think that would have gotten a lot better for us for sure. So that's just a slightly unfortunate fight that we took, but still pretty good. And also right now we're kind of low on wolves, so maybe after this round of snakes, going back to wolves would be a good idea. Generally you want your wolves to kind of stay in the fight and tank for your snakes. If you do too many snakes, your army becomes a little bit too passive, or a little bit too easy to kill, right? There's no tanking factor. And then right now I'd be looking or searching around, looking for this proxy Rax. And also, we haven't quite seen this base, so I guess in this game we haven't really scouted anything. I like that you have this wolf here, but I would have liked to see a little bit more scouting with their wolves. Yes, it's really hard to do, especially when we feel like we're behind, but I think that's a great idea. Just to get the confirmation on what sort of thing is happening. Good micro, trying to save those last few workers. You're able to save that one, which is great, and that's good. Right now we have too many snakes, and we're building more snakes. We need more wolves to do the tanking. Snakes do a lot of damage, but they're really fragile, only 8 HP, whereas a wolf basically has double the amount of HP. So we need a few more wolves. Looks like he's just gonna come in. I like that we're fighting the few trailing units first. I like that. And then I think we're gonna have to fight with the... Okay, sure. That's not bad. I think taking down the reinforcements also would have been a good play if we say, hey, this is gonna die no matter what. Let's just try to pick off some the weak units here. Yeah. And then with no walls, we can't really like stand and fight, and we're bleeding off a handful of snakes, unfortunately. Good cancel there. Yeah, but I feel like this is a little bit too little too late. I think we played really well, though. I think we actually played really well given the circumstances. If we had gone for like a more safer build, we would have been a lot more ahead. I like that we're just posturing over here. But yeah, just a little bit unfortunate build order choice, and he's just a little bit too good for us to be playing from behind and expecting to win. So I think we played that pretty well. So I guess a few more wolves would have been nice. And then, you know, just losing a handful of units before the fight really started was really unfortunate as well. And a little bit more scouting would have been nice. I like that this wolf is here, but maybe scouting this. So far we haven't really seen anything on their side of the map, so... We're playing from behind, and we're playing in the dark, so that is not quite comfortable. So, we did scout this eventually, one day, sometime. But, yeah, another thing with just going with this many snakes is that they're really fragile for stuff like fireballs once Yummy decides to use them. Yeah, look at all that damage. Really unfortunate, but I think he played that pretty well given the circumstances. I guess just if we had made a smarter build order choice, we would have been in a much better position. But yeah, some good games. I really liked the things that I saw, and also you know, there are some things that we can clean up. But yeah, well done.